Hello, all. Welcome back to Rogue Trader, of course, game operator and narrator. So it's been a minute. It has indeed been a minute. However, last time we were here, we wanted to try and figure out ways to get rid of this bloody rash. Because let's face facts. A minus 10% chance to dodge, hit chance, and parry are not exactly kind. So let's try things out here. Let's try have a bath. And maybe a meal while we're at it. And survey says, the soothing water caresses your senses, and your grateful muscles welcome the chance to rest. A pleasant languor spreads through your body as you allow yourself a moment of quiet relaxation. We're just going to relax and close your eyes. No need to call in people from the retinue while we're in the bath, and we're not gonna call in the cops. Attention slowly retreats as you bring yourself to complete stillness, joint by joint, muscle by muscle, pore by pore. Before long, you have surrendered the bastion of your body to the bliss of oblivion. Troubles, worries, loss, such things do not belong on this newly established dominion of tranquility. There are only the infinite waters of weightlessness, in which, stripped of all things superficial, the mind of Solstrom von Valancius drifts in silent bliss. It is a conscious mind. What fills this consciousness? Well, gotta go Econo. Thoughts of those who keep him afloat in these waters. Who will drown and who will he manage to pull to the surface? The strands of fate are fragile, yet woven together they are strong. Not everyone is destined to see this voyage through to its end, but no one will be forgotten. The moment of serenity soon fades. The body reclaims the mind, binding it once more to the familiar shell of flesh, sinew, and bone. Alright, we're done. You feel revitalized, as this was truly an experience worthy of a rogue trader. And... damn. The rash persists. Okay, well maybe we'll go to the bridge and see if there's a doctor around. Hey Doc, I went down to the lower decks of the ship and I got this weird rash. That's gonna be fun to explain. Okay. Heinrichs. Maybe I don't want to talk to the Inquisition about a rash. Genta. Cassia. Are you the doctor? Master at Arms, oops. Lord Captain, the Master at Arms snaps to attention, ready to carry out your order. Your enforcers are doing a rather poor job of keeping order on the lower decks. Caught some kind of rash because of them. The mask of nonchalance on Saurabak's face shatters. She rolls up your sleeve with one hand, already pushing the tip of a long glass syringe into the center of the growing rash with the other. A cramp runs through your body, and a cold sweat breaks out of your temples. But the itching subsides, and you start to feel much better immediately. The Emperor protected. Oh, and we gain 52 experience. Cool. Void leprosy? It's a terrible disease that has affected several of the lower decks in recent years. Shurigan's no remedy that prevents its development at an early stage of infection, but if treatment is delayed, the patient's fate is not pretty. When did it begin to affect Bay LDA 14, and why wasn't I informed immediately? The Master-at-Arms bows her head in obedience, her eyes burning with rage and shame. Please, Lord Captain, I beg you to punish me for this ignominious transgression. Whoa, easy. Calm down. I'm alive and well. But things could have turned out quite differently. On the first evening watch, I shall visit the temple and submit to the proper punishment of the flesh with a spiked scourge before his countenance. Ooh. Cool. Well, you do that. I am going over here. Proud to serve the dynasty. Yes. Well. Leprosy. Neat. Now that that's gone. What goes on at the map, I wonder? What do we actually have for a journal? Cure for your rash errand is complete. Good. 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 You got the scream. And we can get new blood here on Rycab by Norris. Oh yeah, the wonderful not general, but what's the word for it? Planetary governor wants to see us, yes. Where are we? To the banca! I think we'll stick with this retinue. Heinrichs. I haven't really had much of a chance to play with him, so the more we play with him, the better off we'll be, and the better off we'll be able to judge if he's going to be staying with us. Adira, we might have to spend some time and get her re-rolled.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Governor Medina. I believe you wanted to have a word with me. Greetings again, your lordship. Governor Medina offers Heinrichs a somewhat strained smile. Master Van Kellox, it pleases me to see you in good health. I hope that you accomplished what you intended to at the Cenobium. The interrogator nods without saying a word. After an uncomfortably long pause, Medina clears his throat and quickly turns to you. I can't express how grateful I am for your help. Now that the insidious heretic's designs have been thwarted, nothing stands in the way of my plans or yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of revolt is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We're witnessing the final days of the uprising. I've already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class Voidfarers to you. Their transfer to your ship should begin any minute now. Hey, profit factor gain of 5. Nice! I would also like to salute the savior of Rycab Minoris, and I've already given the order for a celebration to be held in your honor. We'll mark your victory with an ancient custom, the Triumph. You will drive through the city streets accompanied by a guard of honor, as befits a hero who has vanquished the Imperium's enemies, while your trophies will be displayed to the jubilant crowds. Let me know once you've concluded your business in the system and are ready for the Triumph to begin. Governor Medina is positively ablaze with enthusiasm. Oh. There's still that psychic scream we should probably check out. And with an increase of... Oh, I can't check the journal. I was going to say with an increased profit factor of 5, we could probably swing on down by the trader ship and see if we can't grab a lot of other things. And I daren't delay you any further, your lordship. We'll be back. So the taste of victory.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
To the void ship. I wish to do some fancy trading and see what we can get. To the Thunderfang. Profit factor of 18 now. Warworld Origin fencing body glove. And noise suppression helmets. For extra resolve. And a power maul. That might be good for Abelard. Ooh, but a Mars pattern axe. That's primitive. Reaper cape. %12 dodge reduction to the wearer's melee area attacks. Might be good in Cabela. Veil Render, what are you? Force Sword. I guess the big question is, can we get our reputation up? We might have potentially enough. Another 1,000. Let's trade that for reputation level 2. We only need reputation level 3, but that's another 2,000 points away. Grab the axe, the cape. Blinding grenades, all 4 of those. And Veil Render. Unfortunately, the metal is out of our reach. Those boots would be good for Abelard. +10 to parry with a greatsword. Interesting. Do we have enough for the other 2,000? Okay, so that's nothing. Ship components are nothing important. Can I do that without spending all of my heretic trophies? Yes. And just like that, we get all the gear except for the metal. This is a shame. So we would have been at 20. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to gear everybody up with the new stuff, and then we'll cut right back in here. There's no need for everybody to watch me hum and haw over stats. We shall return shortly. All right, let's head to the astropathic station here and see what we have. Probably should have done this earlier. The astropathic station is dead ahead of the void ship. It is motionless. There is lifeless silence across its Vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Let's try and contact the station by Vox. The station is not responding. Perhaps there is no one left who could respond. Deploy a scouting team. The enforcers offered their prayers and proceed to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now. Smudged, as it were, across time. Servants reliving their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive and screaming. Oh yeah, we're gonna send Zachary Wheeze to the station with a squad of bodyguards. Choir Master Wheeze boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. Then Master Wheeze offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wheeze reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, the late Choir Master's amulet, taken from his frozen body after his death. If worn by a psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. The psychic shriek carrying across the immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image. A dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choir master has finally stopped screaming, the song of the Immaterium has reached the rogue trader's void ship too. Ooh, do we search the station? Dabble with the warp, shall we? A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half of the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the Immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe into before and after, and a darkness that would devour the Astronomican's light. Yeah, burn everything. Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Well, they stood there suffering for a bit, didn't they? Oops. Hey, I'm about ready for my triumph parade now, because I did so good. Yay. Ooh, this is going to be a little awkward rolling down the street thinking about that stuff. But that's not for a rogue trader captain to think about. I'm ready for my triumph. Excellent. We'll see each other at the square then. May the light of the throne be with you. We must fly to the upper way.
The divine watches over us.
Hopefully they clean the streets up a little bit. It has been a hot minute since we were here, so you never know. I was told there would be a car. Oh dear Master of Ceremonies, what have you for us? Your Lordship, Peerless Lord von Valentius, I am the Master of Ceremonies of Owlcat Minoris. Everything is in place for your triumph. Allow me to give you a brief summary of the upcoming event. Yeah, speak. You will take the road, now familiar to you, from here to the starport. You will be accompanied by your comrades in arms and a guard of honor. The body of the heretic known as the Prophet of Aurora will be pulled in your wake as a battle trophy. A stop is planned in the middle of the road. There, grateful citizens will rush towards you, praising you for their salvation. Not to worry. This is a thoroughly choreographed interlude. The group of the grateful people will be composed exclusively of loyal citizens vetted by us. Members of the military, young people attractive and physically fit. Even a few healthy children. Okay. Once they have said their praise, the procession will move on. Governor Medina will await you by the starport. This is also where the pyre has been built for burning the body of the heretic known as Aurora. You will be handed a flamer blessed by a representative of the ecclesiarchy. You can choose to personally perform the burning, but if you wish to underscore the amicable alliance between House von Valancius and House Winterscale, it will be fitting to pass the honor of the burning to Governor Medina. However, the choice is yours. This is not my house. These are not my rules. I am in another rogue trader's domain. And I am still in need of help. An excellent plan. I'm ready to start the triumph. Of course, your lordship. Let's board the prepared vessel. Yes.
Let us walk this path.
I will gladly take this Lehman Russ. Wait a minute. Where the heck were these during the uprising? Make way, let us greet the hero. A small group of festively dressed people rush towards you. Just open fire! Glory to the von Valancius dynasty. Glory to Solstor, my hero of Reichheim Minaris. A stately, beautiful, and finely dressed woman. Oh, that was the wrong voice for that one. Finely dressed woman calls out your name in a sonorous voice. It isn't until you take a closer look at her face that you recognize her as Captain Raquel, the pilot you met on Ricadiphilia. The grateful citizens wish to present gifts to the Redeemer. The Master of Ceremonies' sugary voice almost brings a taste of honey to your mouth. For whatever reason, you know for certain that right at this moment, the gaze of Aurora's dead, empty sockets is fixed upon the back of your head. A thought surfaces in your mind, not a voice inside your head, no, just a mere thought. They're all going to die, befuddled, deprived, never having seen the truth. And it's all because of you, enemy mine. Ooh. Oh no, is this going to be a boss battle? This is just a mere thought. We are dealing with the archenemy, though. Stop the ceremony! Take the people away! Something terrible is about to happen! The soldiers in the cordon exchange perplexed glances, but their trained discipline prevails and they turn toward the spectators, preparing to lead the crowd away. A grimace contorts Henrik's face. The interrogator lifts a hand to his temple as though struck by sudden migraine. What? Something is coming, Duman. An unholy death contrary to his will. Cabela's eyes are blank as she digs a steel claw into an unhealed wound. Behold! Behold! Behold the final dawn! Oh, crap. Ah! Well, this is good. Meanwhile, back on the bridge. Oh no! We just put 2,000 people on the boat. Oh no! Oh no! Personally vetted. Eldar. Space elves. And they are blowing up the sun? Uh-oh. I think we needed that. I think we needed that.
The impure cannot escape their fate.
Let the blood flow.
I am very much convinced we needed that. Okay. What do we got? Cultists. The hint should have been the Wraithbone. It was the damn Eldar this entire time. Soul there. Abelard, you need to go. You go first. You're next. You. This is like a smattering of everybody gets to go before Abelard does. Genta, can you reach here? You can. Pascal! There's some warp buggery there. Let's try and avoid that. Heinrichs. Well, buddy. We got that lovely little item. We can't equip it. Unable to change equipment in combat. Dang. That might be a few too many for you to take on by yourself. Cabela, however, I believe will be quite all right. I think that's everybody. Let's kick it off. All right. What do we got?
Rejoice in service.
Get all costs rolling here.
The Emperor commands.
Well, we're going to get you going. Additional resolve. Let's just throw a gent in the wrong spot. Deadeye shot. What are we looking at? 2 there.
Actions will speak louder than words.
All right, Heinrichs. Perfect.
For the throne's glory.
Get that resolve going. Oh! Warp buggery is indeed in maximum effects here. Okay, shoot. Yeah, we're not gonna do that one.
Naturally. The Inquisition sends their regards.
Can't use biomancy. We're already over the line.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That's the shot I want.
The enemies of the Emperor.
That better not be attack of opportunity. Good.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Well, that's one. Didn't get them both. Almost got three. Or two. Sorry, not three. Learn to count, so... Let me do this one more time. And that is indeed three.
I serve the ruinous powers!
So you say. Good, good, Perry. I knew that warp stuff wasn't good for you. Bella.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Caught by the web.
Perfect.
The shadows will see it. Let your soul be purged. Trust me. Death is a blessing.
Two. Lord might have that all under wraps.
As honor ordains.
Do you have another charge? I do.
My blade whispers your name.
Dang it. He's so low. Well, he's a ranged guy, so he's gonna try and run away. So that should give us an attack of opportunity. I think we'll be fine.
Chaos guides me.
Ow! Yeah, let's ruin these guys. Ruin their days. Ah, yes, I'm in melee. Alright, well, let's remove this guy. Perfect. No, that wouldn't have worked anyways. Everyone's too far away. Cultist.
Running binary override.
Weather the storm.
I would like to keep Raquel alive if I can. Good parry, Abelard. Ooh, good shot, Enforcer.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
So I could...
It will be done.
Here to him.
Someone else can do this. That's not the Seneschal's job.
That didn't work as well as I thought. I didn't even check the charge on the other side. That is 100% my bad. That's a fumble. Get up here. Good parry. Okay, they're exploding now. That's awesome.
I am your doom.
Out of my way!
Death to the your reckoning is due.
Get out of the warp storm.
Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous power.
Don't blow up. He's gonna blow up. And that's more coming in. And we have Sister Argenta pinned down. Not good.
And so it shall be done.
I mean, if we can. At least free her up.
Rejoice in this be the war to all who
Perfect.
oppose us.
Well, these guys decide to blow themselves up, so that's their thing.
Everyone, step aside.
Well, there's more on the stairs that showed up too. Okay, let's get some force sword action going. And we are still not below the line here.
As the Emperor commands.
Whoops. Oh, I should have used that.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I will not.
That was terrible.
As the Emperor commands, act. That is not the Emperor's will.
Ah, that was my 4 turns. Okay. I want to move. This is actually not a bad spot.
Doubt is for the weak.
Oh!
Faith shields me.
Oh, snap! And or dang. Okay, well, we don't want them getting into that. 156.
I am your blade and shield.
Hi. Bloodstained. What do you want? Captive audience? No. Maybe.
I shall.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
As the tenants demand.
I don't think it's bleeding.
As honor ordains, let your soul be purged.
I think this thing is a little bit tough.
I bring ruin.
Okay. Abelard needs to get over here and engage this chaos spawn. I'd like to avoid this warp. Warp stuff first. Let's see if we can get close to using our arc rifle. That's a miss. No, Raquel! That moment we try to keep somebody alive, but they're absolutely convinced they just want to die for no reason.
At your beck and call, reduced to dust. I will do my duty.
That's gonna be at least one more turn before Abelard can join in. Oh, he's in the warp again.
I feel nothing. Fear.
Dang it. Raquel's dead.
Moving out.
Chaos guides me.
We're losing our support forces here. Okay.
Higher but a vessel.
Abelard, I need you in there.
Purpose.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done.
Okay. Give you endure. And we give you sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
No attack, Clement. I think we have the spawn down.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Perfect. Perfect.
I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands.
And that's about it.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Still not under.
I won't object to it.
Too much warp buggery going on still.
Alas, no.
Mr. Agenta, everybody else is pretty much dead. What do we have here?
Faith without.
Good shooting.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
What are we looking at? Single shots.
I'll do it.
Good hit.
I bring mercy and retribution.
I have a dancing charge, but I think everybody else should be able to deal with this guy fairly easy. That's all I get. I don't have a line of sight shot.
Trust me.
Not through the warp!
I will not die in dishonor.
That is a good thing to keep in mind for next time. Ah, what a miss. Abelard, I'm going to have to charge you through the warp in order to get to this last guy.
It will be done.
Perfect.
I will do my duty.
No damage.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
Damn it. You lost Raquel, though. Your comm bead comes alive. Big Jist's voice struggles to get through the thundering static. Lord, this is ex-master. Please immediately send. Big Jist, what's going on? Spirits, repeat. I shall fear no darkness, for light is within me, the light of my faith in thee. I shall flee before no enemy, for there is no enemy more terrible than cowardice, and I shall overpower it. Argenta prays aloud, all the while checking her equipment with deft fingers. Cabela gives you a faint smile and whispers, "The great dance begins. But I am still with you, Duman. Fear not. For I will not let your soul fall into the clutches of the unclean. If it comes to it, I will be quicker than them." Oh, good. Let's talk about action. What's Vigdis saying, Lord Captain? Are they going to send a shuttle for us? Let's move out towards the starport at once. These shuttles aren't going to find us here, even if the comlink stabilizes. Which it won't. We're en route to the starport. Ping. Have observed the appearance of star from back. The comm falls silent. Many eyes stare at you. We're not abandoning people in distress. Everyone can come with us. Ah, Raquel's still alive. Good. Jaspar and I must get weapons. Any weapons. We'll catch up with you at the starport. Might even pick up some people from the garrison or civilians along the way. We are going to have to do a full-on... I may have to take the reins off the Bloodspun web. Just suddenly realizing that we are going to be grabbing people from a planet that is currently under the thrall of a heretical rebellion. Oops. The sense of alarm is now almost physically drilling through your temples. The fleeting little whispers at the edge of your hearing are sinister and gleeful. Does anyone have any idea what just happened? The final dawn, Argenta says furiously. We stopped short of puzzling out the enemy's entire plan. Oh, Emperor, forgive us for this negligence. I swear we will find a way to right it. Only an incomplete picture. Heinrich sounds deadly serious. Every warp-active person on this planet is sensing the presence of sorcery. It's rising like a tsunami. I have hardly ever encountered anything like it in real space. And, most remarkably, the sorcery is still growing. I cannot, however, say what set off this reaction, and where the light is gone. A chill run down your spine. You seem to feel Aurora's gaze upon you once again. Only it's not coming from her corpse any longer, but from everywhere. All we can do now is try to make it to the starport. Bad news, but not unexpected. The sense of alarm keeps growing stronger, as does the sensation of an intent gaze fixed upon you. That's it. Let's move out. Oh, my goodness. I just had a star blow up. I forgot to save. Luckily, it would appear everything is functioning properly.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Let us loot. But we will not be returning to this place, I fear. Doesn't really appear to be much of anything worth looting.
Endure.
With each step,
Okay.
I forge my destiny among the stars.
Which way to the starport? That's the eastern side. We were making our way to the starport. So this should be forward. Should be. Oh, man. We need to get off this rock. And more warp buggery. We sneak through here, maybe? What are the chances of that? Highly unlikely. Apologies for that cut. Unfortunate phone call timing continues. We should be able to get by here. Seems to be so far good. Actually, do we want to cut through here? We couldn't. There was no access.
Slight pressure in the atmosphere, like a distant sigh echo. I presume it is the result of the massacre that happened on these streets.
Then Heinrichs is right. The Undying One's whispers have subsided, and the tarot reading I did was vague and confusing. Something is coming.
We got cultists.
My faith is my shield. I cannot comply. The divine watches over us.
Can I get the shot?
Actions will speak louder than your corrupt way has failed you.
Your emperor won't save you.
I think he'll do a pretty darn good job. Oh, that's nice. Leader of the cultists. Well, an anointed cultist. Fire starting cultist. We want some distance. We don't want them to run up on us and explode. And these are gonna take some time. Two of them. Let's group here. Well, and Cabela, where are you gonna stand? Right here. Sister Argenta, I need you there. Yeah, you guys can just stay away. Abelard is going to go down this way for the Chaos Spawn.
And so shall it be done.
Ooh.
I will not be deterred.
I'd love to get that fire starter.
Rejoice, another step towards our ultimate victory.
Nice crit. Good parry, Cabela.
Out of my way!
I think Cabela's going to clean pretty much everybody here up. And Argenta does have shots on the Chaos Beasts. Perfect.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
And to that I say woof.
As the Emperor commands. I'll do it.
Now that's a swing and a miss.
Crush the feeble.
Again, the warp is saturated.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
We pop you.
For the throne's glory. I'm done with this.
Good shot.
I am doomed.
Cabela.
Killing brings me no pleasure.
Beautiful.
Death comes in silence.
And this should clean up the top
As
level.
Mother ordains.
Except for you. Pascal, we're gonna get you ready. How can these guys move? They might not be able to make the top of the stairs. And can't see. I require 2 AP. I went too far. Give me an analyze. All right, everybody.
Indeed. It will be done.
Abelard front and center. That doesn't do a darn thing. Good.
This is beyond me.
Let's get Pascal here set up. And for sniping. God, if they were lined up a little bit better.
Actions will speak louder than words.
But they're not.
Faith without deeds.
I'll take that one. Spiked him real good.
I am his will made manifest. This is unacceptable. I refuse.
What do you mean he can't?
As the Emperor commands,
Good hits.
I'll do it.
That's a miss. We get one more. Dang it. Heinrichs. Warp buggery abound. Anti-purge. Pushing the line.
I won't object to it. The Emperor is on our side.
All right. Start stuffing these stairway. I'm gonna keep these guys from getting up here. Good shot.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. I shall not fail.
Okay.
Trust me. As honor ordains,
We got a ways to go before we get back there,
the shadows will see it.
but we'll try. Pascal, can you take hits? That is a good question.
Advancing. My vow. The analysis. Successful.
You're in a good spot for that sweep.
Victory is imminent.
Abelard. Let's name him your enemy.
It will be done. At your beck and call. An exemplary strike.
Good hits. Oof. That was certainly something.
The Emperor, come on. Rejoice in service.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Well, they're not exactly big hits, but they're hits nonetheless.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
We get better shots. No.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Ah. Come on. Bad hits, bad misses.
I won't go down easy. But of course, Lord Captain. Naturally.
Can we get a sweep in? Not that it really matters.
Let's see to it.
Such is the will of chaos.
Vengeance will be swift.
Well, let's still one more turnout. Pascal. Sweeps all around. Brutal strike. Cannot do without hitting friendlies. Did not get the kill. Ooh, what do we got here? Can do a full swing.
Chaos guides me.
Yeah, starting to turn the odds in our favor here.
May my wrath be thy undoing.
Just murder him.
It will be done. Gray hair, sure hand.
One more.
At your back and
Very nice.
it will be done. Victory is imminent.
Good job, Abelard.
I will not let him
Good shots.
oppose us.
Keep that guy from spawning in any other nasties if we can.
I won't suffer this. Rejoice in service.
Get Cabela boosted. Genta, you have... That's a 37% hit chance. Although in theory, you do have the ability to run down the stairs here and get closer.
Guided by faith. I'll do it. I will not.
Good shooting. Give you entrench for next turn.
Just a minor setback.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, we're still in it. Cabela, yes. Oh, yes, please. Yeah, we're just not going to use Blade Dance.
Of blades and shadows.
We can. We'll jump to the other side, but not this turn.
As honor or death.
And then we'll use Blade Dance. That way, we don't wind up accidentally murking our own friends.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Request
Just hit him.
It will be done. One to a target.
One more spawn down.
At your beck and call.
Death to non-believers!
That's a lot of dodges. I'll take that. And sniper shots. 95. Drop them.
Your corrupt way has eaten you.
All right. Nasty. Nasty work.
Know your duty.
What is this? Mesh vest, heretical. No thanks. Let's not forget up here, though. All right, back to the spaceport.
Let us walk this path to the end.
No, not quite. They're coming one following the footsteps, the aurora of the morning, the aurora of the evening. Oh, good. Now we got the witch telling us what's going on. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Let's just get off this rock and nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Attack shuttle in this burning hellscape. It will be a miracle sent by the God Emperor.
I'll hold you to that one.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Alright, what are we looking at? We missed some loot. Really? We missed loot here?
I've cast you into eternal.
And I was just saying, hey, maybe I shouldn't be running blind. The blind we were.
Here we go.
My ear.
Hold on.
That's right. Agenda gets to go first.
Let's make it quick.
Ow.
Let's get to it.
Now, if you guys want to stay together like that, that'd be great. Yes, to shoot each other.
Your own take.
So if Agenda goes here, he doesn't have a shot.
The Emperor will be undone.
And if I fire a volley,
You can escape the Emperor's judgment.
toe.
Doubt is for the...
And that was nothing. Cabela, you do have one dancing charge.
I am your blade and shield.
Whoa, it's about... Oh, damn it. Ah, yes. They mined the crap out of the entire starport.
As the tenets do.
Is actually quite fitting. Well, now we have us a clear way through. She's got a fresh injury. That's awesome.
Your end.
And we're pretty much just fighting through everything here.
The Emperor, another step towards our
Good
victory.
critical.
Rejoice in service.
Bring it down. No MP. The Bella does not have a dancing charge. That's not going to work. Gotta push.
Indeed. It will be done.
Can I get close enough to heal?
Get me a target.
I see the warp buggery has kind of gone away.
I won't object to it.
Some healing.
Glory.
Pascal, can we get a shot on that sniper? 22%. Nope.
Out of my way.
Good miss.
Get to it.
Aim for the heart next time.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Gotta push. 35. Miss. Oh, no charge.
Come. The other side awaits.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
And just outside of range. Dang it.
I bring mercy and retribution. Trust me. Let your soul be.
And we just about got him too. Oh yeah, we can go. We can do this forever.
I shall
Never mind.
not fail.
Well, not forever, but you know. All right, Jenna, let's get these traps out of here.
Never doubt me.
And maybe we'll stay a little bit closer this time.
I better myself through my service. Never doubt me.
Meso pattern store. Nice. Body glove.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
And a whole lot of smash stuff.
Over there.
Nope, long last is still better. Get some experience.
The Emperor favors me today.
Why is this area mined?
I better myself through my service.
And still the cargo servitors.
It's over us.
Don't know why that area is mined. Nothing's popping up. Sharpshooter rebel. Still the sniper rifle. Are you friendly? Guard. So far, it seems to be friendly. Oh my god, they're holding the starport. Maybe. The big chug of an autosave might say something different. The stench of Iceline and blood blankets the starport. Echoes of shouts and gunfire drift over the landing pads. The shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. You recognize Sergeant Malgar amid the crowd huddled next to the shuttles. He was the soldier who greeted you upon your arrival in Reichheim by Norris. The sergeant's chest is fitted with a sturdy-looking flask vest, bearing insignia customary among your troops. One of the enforcers you sent must have given it to Malgar as a gift. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malgar's wardens and the shuttles. You recognize them as the governor of the planet and members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been torn in the fight, and many bear wounds left by bayonets. We're going to examine the people in front of the shuttle. Some of the nobles are paralyzed with fear. Others have succumbed to despair. 2 corpses are lying on the ground with their arms outstretched. Black blood has pooled under one of them. The other's skull has been split open like a nut, encircled by a pinkish-crimson halo of bone splinters and bits of brain matters. Sergeant Malgar, I demand an immediate report. What is going on here? The sergeant spins and round to face you, his face a twisted grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor and his gang of cronies have been cowering behind us, and now when things get rough, they thought they could scarp her and leave us here to die. We've shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him. And after all this, you think that's fair, you peaks of grok shit? Malgar's stun baton hits the governor in the chest, causing the adornments of the governor's uniform to jingle in unison. The governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond when his head explodes. His body falls limp to the side, his remaining eye staring upwards. The chorus of the noble screams cannot drown out the sergeant's spiteful whisper. Enough! You've said your piece. Abelard looks at the governor's body, his brow furrowed. Madness. Punishable by death. We don't have time for this. We need to get to the shuttle, now. Another in your position could have forgotten that the Emperor protects all of his subjects. But surely not you. It is your duty to help anyone you can. The sergeant pauses before nodding heavily. Your lordship, sir, you helped us when things look grim for us. I'll do as you say. Why you want to save these parasites, that I don't understand. But maybe not all of them deserve death. A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the rockcrete, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones. What? Is there a Titan here? Oh. Damn.
I am the herald of change. Behold the final dawn and die.
A Chaos Space Marine.
You cannot escape their fate. Take you down.
Ugh. 317 hit points. Okay, well. There's a Minuteman Rebel. Aurora's going to go first. And what does Aurora have? That looks like... Heavy bolter. Heavy bolter. Oh, there's hardcover, but it's just outside of reach. I think we're going to get horrendously punished for this. Everybody into cover. Argenta, you can get the high cover. Pascal, I'm going to put you into high cover as well. Henrix. Bella, we want you front and centered. He's just going to nuke us. Yep. Oh, good. How many turns he got?
Hold on.
I'm here, maggot.
Really, Abelard is down. Really?
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Is a prayer.
Toe. I need to move.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Abelard's just stunned. Okay. Doesn't help. Neither does that.
More trouble than it's worth.
Well, how about that? And let's get... Abelard's probably going to be with the best chance we got of fighting this thing.
Let's see to it.
And I need you on the other side of this brute. 4 damage.
As the tenets demand. As honor ordains.
And
I shall not fail.
yikes.
And so
You can get up. Didn't work. It's okay. Dang. Dang. Let's see if we can get a line shot here.
This be the warning to
Ah, a miss.
oppose us. And so shall it be done.
All right, Pascal.
Explorers know one route. Forward. My vow is to serve.
And let's get an analyze going. 292.
Running by narrative of life.
That's a little better.
Reading damage to bulk.
Ew.
A broken blade has no use.
Good dodge.
Can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Ah, didn't quite
As the Emperor
Didn't
commands,
quite free him up.
act.
Pascal's knocked.
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without gravity.
Good shot. Soul's free. One to 5. Ugh. That sniper's too far away.
Guided by faith.
Abelard, are you still stunned?
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
We function as one.
For sword. We're looking at AP 35, almost as good as Abelard's weapon.
Everyone
Gotta get in there.
But of course, Lord Captain. Let's see to it.
6 to 10. Ugh. Is that worth the burn for the momentum? It would be better for Soul to use it. Abelard is up.
I will do my duty. My place is at the fore. It will be done.
Sworn enemy up.
Indeed.
That needs 2.
Trust me. You cannot trick death. It will claim me.
Let's try and stay in the fight. And what is going on with her hands? Well, that's neat. Oh, yeah. That's that ability, lead arm. Yeah, looks cool. Sniper. I would love to land this shot.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Good.
The Emperor commands.
Abelard, you get back in there.
And so shall it be done. May my wrath be thy undoing.
And you don't stop swinging until Aurora's dead.
Target well struck. Gray hair, sure hair. An exemplary struck.
44.
At your beck and call.
So close.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
So very close. Pascal's down. Aurora gets another turn.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Abelard tanked it. He is knocked. Ah. Still in it, though. Still up and running.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
1 to 5. That's not going to do jack. No, 9 would. He's already got lead arm. You're down, so spending it on you right now is not going to do a darn thing. 6 to 10. $15 with psychic force. Not enough.
I won't object to it. Naturally.
Next up is Abelard. He's still down. Cabela.
As the tenets demand, death is a blessing.
And there we go. Aurora's down. Not but a sniper left. And hey, sniper.
My enemies will be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
No sniping. 76. I would probably not get this one, actually. Ah, dang it. Nobody else is in range.
Advancing.
That's got a no shots.
Computation.
Too far. Well, we got more momentum. He gets another turn anyways, doesn't matter. Oh, down goes Soul. Right at the end.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands.
Yeah, that was 11%. Get one more swing. 16%, sorry.
Without these, it's worthless.
That's a negative.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
And I don't think we can actually get him back up, can we?
Not sanctioned to do this.
Yeah, that's too far.
No.
And that's too far.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I don't think a med kick can bring him back.
High momentum.
Death comes in silence.
Pascal's got a kit.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. My competencies
Nope.
are not that universal.
And unfortunately,
The Omnissiah knows all.
we can try and jam up his gun. That's about all we get.
Damage hit.
Yeah, that sucked.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
There we go. Woof. Crippled leg, yeah. We're gonna have to go back to the ship for that one. So, on that note, hello Chaos Space Marine, what do you have for me? I see Bringer of Terror. Of course, Heretical. Oh. Life Draining Sword, Heretical. And Gem of Dark Vitality, again, Heretical. Darn. That requires 60 strength. Well, Argenta's not going to be able to get that. That's a lot of stuff that we can't use. Shame. He says knowing full well using the heretic's weapon is heresy itself. But I mean, come on. It's a heavy bolter. Which bridge? Ah, we got some goods here. Commander Cloak increases the range of officer archetype abilities by +1 cell. Not bad, not bad. All right, well, now that everything went to hell, we want that sniper. What did you have? Rebel sniper rifle, 18 to 25. That is a little bit better. Better armor pen, better damage. Range is 15, slightly less than the long last. That's 50% over penetration. Dodge reduction 30, additional chance 25. Either way, we're taking it. So that was a lot of heretical stuff. Do we get anything that's like for those who are not? We got anything for good boys and girls?
Duty.
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Man, I think we ran a little long today. That's all right. Good to be back. Thanks be to the Emperor, you're alive, your lordship. We're most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system's son. The Voxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the sun, black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp edges and angles. They surrounded the star, and then... My apologies, but I struggle to find the words that could describe the terrible sight. The Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. Wait. Black? Black creations of inhuman make. It's not the Eldar, it's the Dark Eldar. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. The interrogator closes his eyes and grimaces. Drukhari. Yeah, right there. You see Abelard's expression change, as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temples wearily. As if we did not have enough troubles on our hands already. The Xenos, enemies of humanity? Heinrichs nods. A breed of the Eldari, the most cruel and devious of their kind. Design of their ships matches the descriptions provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect, and many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they are capable of. Are the Xenos in league with the Aurora's cultists? We could rule out that possibility. The Drukhari would never ally themselves with the archenemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing for humanity, and these Xenos have in common, it would be a shared loathing for warp corruption. Heinrichs glances around. The situation calls for immediate action, Solstrom. We can continue this conversation later if you so wish. But right now, he gestures at the deck teeming with tumultuous activity. Tumultuous activity, there we go. I believe you should assume command. What's the current situation on board? The navigator's sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engine sears. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his Vox. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparations for a prayer service. If the Omnicide grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of the vessel. What is happening on the planet now? Our auger operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the arch enemy's powers at various locations of the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our Vox operators, there is practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous Final Dawn cult in masses and assembling in the prayer circles. We're gonna have to bust this planet. Why did you not send a shuttle to the planet for me? Do apologize, your lordship, but we were unable to receive a request for evacuation. The Vox link was overrun with vile interference, screams, blasphemous hymns, and other equally sinister noises. Any who listened to the interference for a protracted period lost their sanity. Several dozen operators went mad monitoring the Vox caster in the hope of hearing your voice. Each one of them waited in vain. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Owlcat Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave the system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Besides a small number of our own shuttles, we have also received a shuttle salvage from the starport. The dark eyes of the Sister of Battle flash. We must save as many as we can. This has all happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct all our efforts to saving those people who at this moment look to the heavens in hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the electro priests who guard and tend to it. Oh man, don't make me choose. Every moment we spend in a proximity to a dying world, we're putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all Owlcat Minoris. The Von Valancius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish. And so lamentable though it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. Heinrich's eyes, like two deep dark pools, are resolutely fixed on you. The world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards death, the final of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a word that had surrendered to the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation, and they are willingly giving over their souls to chaos. A sacrifice great enough to bring forth a daemon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct targeted bombing of the Electro Priest Monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate worse than death, and we will save Owlcat Minoris from becoming an outpost of the archenemy. Only death can rescue these people. The Undying One has reached out his hand to this world. It is time for him to reap his harvest. We must not reject his design, lest millions of names never reach him, and instead perish in the depths of the Empyrean. Death is a mercy, Domin Solstrom. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit. As do I see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment that we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. Oh. Uh-oh. Something lurking in the depths of your consciousness bristles at the passing thought of saving people. The spike of horror you feel takes your breath away. It is as if you're planning to steal the prey of a mighty predator. The planet is already wrapped in a thread stretching out from the warp. Deserves to have a new master. Ooh, shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. The planet has fallen. There is no iconoclast choice here. Like, this is the closest to Iconoclast. We don't have... We're just a trader ship. So we don't have cyclonic torpedoes. We don't have virus bombs. We don't have the ability to destroy a planet, except for Cenobium. But rescuing people bugs the voice in my head. And for that warms my heart. Which of the planet's inhabitants can we evacuate? The nobles you rescued at the starport have given the coordinates of shelters where we can find surviving aristocrats and their families. As for Sergeant Malgar's troops, they will help to control the crowds of frightened commoners and prevent the shuttles from being overloaded. Thanks to you, we have salvaged many shuttles from the starport that we can now use. I don't give a damn about the nobles. Have the pilots extract all the commoners who have not yet converted to the cult of the Final Dawn. Any delay caused by loading and transporting the ship will cost us precious time. Do not deceive yourself, Solstrom. If you indulge your vanity, you will doom billions to eternal torment at the hands of the archenemy. Again, the choice comes back to haunt me. Nope. Like the space wolves on Armageddon, I must try to do what I can to save the common people. I must do as I see fit. Perhaps I'm acting foolishly in the Inquisition's eyes, but that is my decision to make. You detect a flicker of something beneath Heinrich's sanguine mask. Anger? Bitterness? Whatever it may be, it does not seep into the interrogator's dispassionate voice. In that case, I consider it necessary to point out that the mark of the archenemy could infiltrate the ship, along with any rescued people. Keep that in mind for the future. Consider it done, and it's likely our shuttles will have capacity to evacuate more people. I see there's no other option here. The miraculous fusion reactor must be saved. Consider it done. This will bring us to the limit of our capabilities. We have no more shuttles to use in the evacuation effort. And to that I say, good. The bridge is in upheaval. A technomat's prayers mixed together in a senseless cacophony. While servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred ingredients from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with the data slate clutched in his hands, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. What is going on here? The warp sextant is not responding to commands. The ship's spirit is rejecting our prayers in anger. I am currently calculating a plea that might appease the noble spirit. True, heed the word of Magos Hanneman. Pascal, I kindly request you take charge of this mess. Thank you, your lordship. You are right. Pascal's voice changes when he addresses the crew. He now speaks with authority and resolve. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall to some indescribable logic. The Omnissiah servants start working in sync, and the binary clamor becomes a symphony of reports, which the Magos coordinates like a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. The prayers of the tech priests around the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, poring intently over the data slate in his hands, extends a mechadendrite towards you. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Alright. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vid screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, same as at the gate to the war chamber. Pascal's voice becomes imbued with imperious force. Servants of the machine god, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of the machine spirit propitiation. Senior technomats, recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the campanological protocol, Omnissiah Rejoice. I must inform you that the purpose of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and updating of its datasmith blessings are required. If this is not done, then at launch the volumes of aggregated calculation errors could result in destruction of the data script. Ooh. But we do not have 100 hours at our disposal. We must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands. A minor deviation from the rite of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Place your hand inside the throat of the cogitator guardian, the cyber gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as the key to the data core, where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer a prayer so that we may bypass the protective protocol for defensive connections and launch the warp sextant. Pascal's voice grows quieter. The laws of the Omnissiah know no exception, and so in this ritual I will remain at your side to placate the wrathful machine spirit in whose abode you'll be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and we may receive his blessing. Okay. Place your hand in the gargoyle's mouth. The metal jaw clamps down on your hand, and breaking your delicate corporeal sheath and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. To that, yes. What does it all mean? At the sound of your voice, the cogitator's servant, whose bronze-bound skeleton is built into the cogitator housing, shudders. With a screech, its skull rotates toward you and then stops in that position. Benevolent code voice receptor. Pascal emits a sequence of binary signals and then is silent for several seconds. I hypothesize that the defect is located in the analyzer block. I register a reaction to the signal, but no process response. A temporary override is permissible. The Magos intently studies the vid screen. The shell was created on a forge world unknown to me. Initiating standard invocation of the machine spirit. Pascal leans over the adjacent instrument panel and sets his hands on the controls. At the same time, a quiet stream of machine codes begins pouring forth from his vox. What should I do now? Lord Captain, I now ask you to address the machine spirit. Speak the following command. By my authority, I revoke the invulnerability protocol of the warp engine. The voice receptor will receive the vocal entry. Without your sanction, machine spirit will not accept the data from the warp sextant. All right. Then we shall do just that. One of the cogitator's vid screens turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling to the rest of the tech priest, then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machine. Servants of the Omnissiah make now the offering of cleansed data crypts to the machine's spirit, so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Omnissiah have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the acolytes offer up their cleansed data crypts to the warp engine, one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After noting the contracts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin from the holy censer's foul-smelling clouds of smoke and from the loss of blood. But the cyber gargoyles continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awake in renewed purity. Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his head, watching the vid screens. Suddenly, he stops dead. No. His fingers fly over the command runes, enter command after command. His mechadendrites clicking their pincers, pull at one lever after another. The vid screens fill with strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos. Is everything all right, Magos? After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into flame and gives off foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah's servants break off from their prayer, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. Pascal mournfully grates out. The massive errors in the warp sextant's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with the motive force. We are trapped. A moment later, the Magos continues uncertainly. Perhaps an alternative Ryzen protocol. Or an emergency launch of the auxiliary coils. The tech priest bends over the cogitator, but something in his pose and movements reveals his desperation. While the other vid screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks and its static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice.
Magos, a moment, if you will.
Pascal turns towards you, his flickering visor betraying his anxious state. Lord Captain, He stops short when he sees the vid screen. Distorted transmissions from the data core. Most likely the residual cognitive functions of the built-in servitors. Omnissiah, shield us from machine ghosts. He returns to manipulating the cogitator's command runes.
Machine spirit? Can you hear me?
The cogitator's servant creaks quietly in its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the binary hymns and the tapping command runes. Ping. Require response, injury, rescue, or query. Well, where did Mechanicus land?
Oh, hallowed machine spirit, in the name of the Omnissiah and the Emperor, reveal unto us your power and guard us against our doom.
Pascal echoes your sentiments with the triumphant sounds of a binary hymn. Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frequently gallop across the green background are replaced with stable images or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. Tech Priest Vox crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped and clinical as ever. Registering. Warp Sextant activated. Registering. Data stream stabilizing. Registering. 0 data errors found. Reporting. The warp engine is ready for translation. After a pause, Pascal adds, I am also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion. Thou shalt witness the mechanicism that toils in glorification of its function and defiance of deactivation.
Lord Captain, Ravana here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just received confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We're ready to begin the translation to warp, your lordship. Lord Captain speaking. I give the order to commence translation to the warp. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us.
Said that too fast. Let's get the heck out of here. Should I have nuked the planet? I'm thinking I should have. And I'm thinking I really should have now. Hey, get the void shields down.
Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Apologies for that cut there. Lord Captain, allow me to report our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Arcelio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Coronis expanse. Tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp, and to allow the servants of the Omnicide to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in the dock. Prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Regonus, Janus, and Kiava Gamma. Master Zachary Wise has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The Liege of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet us as soon as possible." Footfall. The place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronimo Delorso will also likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he'll be interested in talking to you as well, Solstrom. I'll be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Footfall, Solstrom. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Your Lordship, young Yvain Winterscale, has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during an incomprehensive system inspection, this unit discovered a data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and a sacrament of algorithmic authorization. The unit's Solstrom von Valancius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator provided that he possessed the decryption key. Detect a hint of something resembling curiosity, Pascal's mechanical voice. I made Henrik mad. The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no farther. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, Solstrom. You are a skilled fighter, and I can use people like you. What do you say we extend your stay in my retinue? Thank you to your offer, but I must decline. I'm afraid my duty to the Golden Throne comes before anything else. I would love to go through all this, but I've been talking for about 2 hours. Argenta, who is this revered harmonious who wants to talk to me? He's the head of the Jerusian mission on Footfall and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the von Valancius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your void ship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus. The shed blood has washed away the taint from our bodies. It is only right that we now wash our souls with the blessings of the servant of the Undying One. The Jerusians, like the blood-spun web, are devoted to asceticism, rejecting wealth and luxury, and surrendering themselves to his service. Though their threat is different from ours, the first spinner spoke of them with respect. Tell the Lady Navigator that I give her leave to make translation from the warp into real space. Everything else about Footfall, we'll worry about. Big just begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space.
and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. Big just turns to you again. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Takara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit incognito.
Tell me in detail how these choices will benefit me.
According to Footfall's unwritten laws, rogue traders enjoy special privileges that exceed even the power of the liege. However, they may choose not to exercise these privileges in certain situations. Arriving incognito will give you more room for maneuver, while an official visit will allow you to directly intervene in local affairs.
I shall explain if you do not mind.
As per this unwritten rule, every rogue trader arriving at the station has the right to veto any of the liege's decision. But there's a catch. Kronos Expanse is home to several influent rogue trader dynasties, and Footfall is where their interests intersect. Of course, that does not prevent certain persons, namely Caligos Winterscale, from suddenly pulling the strings on Footfall. If you as a new rogue trader start your career with an official landing and parade in your honor, the other dynasties may see this gesture as the newcomer challenging their spheres of influence.
I do not see that as a bad thing, necessarily. Old man Winterscale may take slight offense. Fedora will be put on her guard. But you have just risen to prominence, and most people in the Kronos Expanse have not even heard about Lady Theodora's departure yet. It must be made clear that the banner of Von Valencia soars as high as ever.
If I may, I would recommend arriving incognito. There are plenty of opportunities to savor the sweetness and the burden of power, but right now is the last time you can take refuge in obscurity. This way, your arrival will not draw much attention, and the people will treat you as a person and not the almighty sovereign anointed by the Emperor. It turns some situations to your advantage. Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Tell the liege I'll arrive incognito.
It will be done, Lord Captain. Vid just bows again. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties.
Wow!
That was certainly a rush. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take care of our levels in the next episode, but we're going to be calling it here. That was a very, very, very long time for me to be talking, and I'm going to have to take a rest and rest my voice. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, by all means, please don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. Every little bit does help. Until then, though, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, all.
I'm inbound on your starboard. 7 high tech.